Hey guys, Amir here, and in this tech tutorial, I'm going to teach you guys how to make thumbnails for your YouTube videos for free using Google Drawings. Let's get started. Alright guys, so the first thing to do when you're making your thumbnails using Google Drawings is you need to sign into your own account. Then once you signed in, you want to just hit these three dots right here and go to Google Drive. Now once you're in Google Drive, you can see I have some of my thumbnails over here in quick access. But what you want to do is go up here to the top left corner and you want to hit New. Then you're going to see all these options. You want to move your cursor down to More and choose Google Drawings. So now what you want to do is you want to just title it. So let's say you're making a thumbnail on how to solve the Rubik's Cube, a video I mean. So how to solve the Rubik's Cube thumbnail. Just like that. And it saves that. So now what you need to do is you need to choose a background for your thumbnail because it just can't be PNG. So what I'll do is that you need to right click, or if you're on Mac then you need to click with two fingers and the background will pop up. So you need to just hover over background and then you need to choose a color for your background. So either you can choose a solid color like this, or you can choose like a neon color if you like. But what I usually like doing is I'll choose a gradient. Like on my first custom thumbnail, I did something like this for the circumference video. Not my first, but my second custom thumbnail that I made myself. And then for the how to screen record with your face and stuff like that, I did this one. And then for this video, I did this one, something like that. So what you want to do is just choose a background. So let's say you want to just do blue, just like that. So that's the first step. You want to make your background. And the second step is you want to find an image of what your video is about. So for that, you need to go to Google. So right now I already opened up Google. And then you just got to search in, type in what you want. So it's about how to solve a Rubik's Cube. So you need to type in Rubik's Cube PNG. And PNG means there's no background. And then after that, you need to go to Images, and then you need to hit Advanced Search. Advanced Search will be right here in Settings. You just gotta hit Advanced Search. And then you scroll down to the bottom. And right here you can see I already have free to use, share, or modify even commercially. But yours will say not filtered by license. You need to click on that and go to the very bottom and hit free to use, share, or modify even commercially. And then you hit Advanced Search. So as you can see here, these are all the options. Now what I noticed here is that there are two Rubik's Cube photos that look alike. There's this one and this one. And I know guys that this one is not the correct Rubik's Cube because there's yellow and white on the same corner. I know that guys, but just for, just to show your viewers what you're doing, you might want to do the same image, these two images, because you can either put this and then an arrow to this, or you can just put this. But what I would do at least is I would do this, and you can see it's PNG right here. And you need to do this to make sure you don't get copyright strikes. You need to right click or click with two fingers and save image to downloads. Or on Dell users or Microsoft, I don't know what it would be, but you just need to save it to a folder in your computer. So now that we have that saved, we need to save this one because they look alike. So we're just going to put an arrow, just like that. Save image to downloads, just like that. So now we have two Rubik's Cubes in, and we are just going to go back to Google Drawings right here. Now what we need to do is we need to start pasting the images. So we go Insert, Image, Upload from Computer. And then you see all these options. You go to Downloads and just select the two you need, and boom, you got them. So you're doing on how to solve the Rubik's Cube. So what you need to do, well, I can't separate this for some reason. I don't know why that happened, but now we need to do it again. Insert, Image, Upload from Computer. We got one. Open the corner, let's put it over there. Insert, and image again, upload from computer. And we got the second one. Alright, so now you're making a video on how to solve the Rubik's Cube, so you need to put the unsolved one first. And always shrink from the corner, guys, so that it's still proportional. You don't want to make any of your words or pictures above, let's say, this imaginary line right here, because otherwise YouTube will cut that off for some reason and that part won't show. You can see what happened with that on my how to screen record video. That's what happened. YouTube accident, not accident, but YouTube just cut that off. I don't know why, but just make sure your pictures and words are not above this imaginary line. Then now what we need to do is we need to shrink this down to the same size. So we're just going to shrink that. Maybe that's the same size. And nope. Shrink it some more. Maybe that's good. And now we need to add an arrow. So we're just going to shrink that some more. Because same thing with the top, guys. With the bottom, there's also this thing YouTube will cut off the same size on the top, on the bottom as well. So you need to just be careful of that. So I'm just going to put the two images right there. And Google Drawings has this cool feature where it lets, you see the red line, it tells you how to exactly align it. And if you want to put something in the middle of the screen, you can also see that it's in the middle from that red line, the horizontal one. And if you want to put it completely dead in the center, there you go. There's a red line down and a red line horizontally, which means it's completely in the center. But right now we need it over here, because we're making a thumbnail and not just a poster. Alright, so now that we have that in place, you can adjust the size if you need to. We need to make an arrow to show that you're teaching how to get from this to this. So for that, you can just go to Shapes, and then just go to Arrows, and click this arrow right here, and just make it just like that. Boom. And then you can change the color if you need to. I would personally make it red, because red's my favorite color, and it's also vibrant against, you know, this background. So now what you need to do is you need to add text. So what I like to do, and I learned how to do this from Nick Nimmin, but except he does his face and I do pictures. So what do you do to add words? Sometimes I'll put shapes. So I'll usually just choose a rectangle and just go like this and fit my words in here. So it'll usually be like how. Maybe that'll work. So maybe you put yellow. And then after that you put a text box. You choose text box right up here. And you make one. And I like to make all my things uppercase. So I'm going to put on caps lock and say how. Then highlight. And I usually like to use the font Impact because it's powerful, I guess. And you want to make it a big font right there. You could go over 96. Let's try like 110, maybe 120. You usually want to get it as big as possible. So how, there we go, how. And you want it to be in the center. So now you have one box done, and you can adjust the border on the side if you want. Like right here, it could be red if you needed to. You can see the border changed. You can adjust the thickness, you know. You just do a nice border like that if you want to. I usually don't like putting borders though. I'll just put it at 1 pixel and just keep it a black. Now you want to do 2, like how to solve Rubik's Cube. Or like solve the Rubik's Cube. How to solve the cube. Let's say you want to put how to solve the cube, right? So how to solve the cube. That's what, 5 words? How to solve the cube? Yeah, 5 words. Alright, so now the smaller words, like the less important ones, like to, you want to make them small boxes so that people won't pay attention to them, like maybe that big. And then, so how, you might want to switch to a more vibrant color. That's why I did yellow, because it's more vibrant against blue. You might want to change this to, let's say, a dark blue. See how vibrant that is, guys? So then this one you might, since you don't want more people to pay attention to it, you might do a black. And then when you put a text box, like that, and you just put a caps lock on, and you put 2. Highlight, change it to Impact, and you might want to switch it to something like less vibrant, like maybe orange, so that people don't pay attention to it. You can also adjust the size. Oh, didn't know that. Anyway, so just go here. You wanna drag it like that, and then you want to make it big. So not too big though, because otherwise it won't fit in the box. So maybe 60 would work. Yeah, 60 would work, just like that. Okay, now what you want to do is you want to make this solve, right? Solve is a pretty big word, so you want to make it big. So maybe something like this. Yeah, that works. And this is another important word, so you might do red because it's again vibrant, just like the arrow. And then text box, obviously. Solve, highlight, impact, make it big. Let's do 120. I usually do 120 for my text. And then you want to highlight and make it the color you want. So I'm thinking maybe I'll do a, I don't know, maybe a green. Yeah, green works. That's pretty vibrant. People will pay attention to that. Or maybe a yellow would work better. You can just switch it around. Yellow. If you don't like the way this is turning out, you can also change this as well, since this is more important. Blue, maybe. Yeah, that works. So a red against a light blue, that also works. So how to solve. Now the is another another small word. So you want to make it small. Shapes, arrow, shapes, square. I mean rectangle, and just make it small like the. Text box. The. You know, adjust the color. This one will also make black, and the will be orange. We can make it big. Oh, that's too big. Too small. 48. Yeah, 48. We can make it impact. And make it go a bit bigger. Yeah, that works. The. Now, you can just adjust this stuff so that you can fit the words. Right, just like that. You can go up some more. And just adjust it. Alright, so now you need to make cube. So how to solve the cube, if you want to just keep it interesting. So you want to go shapes, and then you go that. And cube is another big word, so I'm just going to delete that. That was a bad shape. Maybe something like this, since it's a nice, good word in the title. You want to pay attention to it. And this one we'll do green for the background, and then text box. Cube. And impact to make it big. You always need to make things big, guys, so that people pay attention to it. This one I think we can go 30, yeah. Now you just want to highlight this and make it whatever color you want. So let's say you wanted to make it purple. I think that's vibrant, yeah. That looks good. Alright, so now you got all these nice colors, and no one will pay attention to these because these are the colorful ones. So now what you want to do is just adjust stuff, like maybe more in the center. Like that. And maybe you want to just turn it a bit. And you want to make sure, again, it's below this imaginary line. It's okay if a bit cuts off, but it's not okay if a lot gets cut off. You know, move these down too. Alright, so now let's fix the 2. So we're just going to put it over here. Let's put the black behind it now. Now let's say you want to turn it. So we can just turn it like that, maybe. And we can turn the words as well. Just like that. We can put the solve more up. Just like that. You're kind of hiding the 2 now so that people don't pay attention to it, and they only pay attention to your more important stuff. It's too much. You want people to see the word but not completely ignore it. Maybe that's good. Right, like that. And then you can turn it again if you want. Just like that. Just a little bit. That's too much. There we go. I'm just rushing through this, guys. That's why it's not that good. And now we need to work on the, so we'll just move it over here. Same thing. Like that. Maybe we can make the box smaller so that's not taking up as much space. Now cube. We just want to make maybe we can make this smaller so that we can still fit it in our, oh, what did I do? There's always the undo button. I'm gonna make it small. We'll just make that a, let's say 96, fit it over here. Now I'm just doing an example, guys, so I don't care if I go over this because I'm not publishing this video. I already did. But if you are making a thumbnail, make sure that people can see the thumbnail by making sure there's a lot of space. Okay, so now we're gonna go up and select the green part. I can't click it for some reason. Okay. Again, like that, and you can do another turn. So again, guys, this is how Nick Nimmin does his thumbnails. This is how I learned from him, except the difference that he does it in Photoshop and I do it in Google Drawings. So I thought I'd make you guys a tutorial of how I do it in Google Drawings. And you can, now that you have actual space and you're not worried about the text fitting anymore, you can move this stuff and make it bigger. And there you go, guys. That's your thumbnail. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you got something out of it, remember to like it and share it with your friends. If you want to see videos every week about cubing, parkour, sometimes tech tutorials like this, and sometimes comedy skits, subscribe to my channel. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.